Americans and Amp Live, the American Mentee Program. How you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Today's Tuesday, so it's a sales and field day. So hopefully you're out there working deals, working inventory. Today we're just going to talk a little bit about how to survive, right? But we want to do more than just survive. We want to thrive. We want to do a lot better than thrive. I say rock and roll. You want to make it all the way through the next cycle because we're going through a cycle right now. And I'll talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk a little bit about why distressed properties are the jam, why everybody is going after them and not going after them, why people are going after the MLS deals and the short profit margin deals, because you can make money. There's thousands of ways, I shouldn't say thousands, but there's tons of ways to be able to sustain and make money on market, off market, but it's all going in shifts right now, right? So right now it's kind of going back and forth. So if you can do it, you jump on the niche and you ride it. But at the end of the day, there's only two things, right? Two things that have, well, I should say one thing. Okay. So this is live and unscripted. First of all, let me get some of the housekeeping done here. So do the likes and the loves. Make sure you watch the video all the way through because I'm going to drop some awesome information today in this video. Full disclaimer, I'm not an attorney, I'm not a financial analyst, I'm not a CPA, I'm not a bookkeeper, right? For entertainment purposes, I'm a creative real estate investor. That's what I do. I'm an expert at that. We love leverage. We love subject to existing financing, options, all that good stuff. Yes, there's novations and those things. Novations actually are making a comeback from years and years ago. It was just a novelty thing. But those are being done. It's like subject to existing financing or sub 2. You have to do it right. If you do it right, then things will flow the way they need to. The same thing for novations, having the right title company, making sure you use the right paperwork and opening and closing things correctly and doing things correctly and not setting off red flags for the title, escrow, or banks. I saw just because it's on my mind. If it's on my mind, I'm going to talk about it. So if there's some chat down below, go for it. We'll leave this. Maybe we'll do a Q&A. Maybe I'll go ahead and put something in here where it says you can invite guests. And I'll go ahead and copy that. And I will put that in the chat here. If you have some questions, go for it. Also, I'm going to type in a little rock and roll action here. Okay, so today's Tuesday. So usually, like I said, it's sales and field day. So depending on how you write up your schedule and how you do your business, things are rocking and rolling. So if you missed this video or live, it's being streamed across several platforms across the United States of America, as well as social media and things of that nature. So watch it all the way through. If it's specifically inside of a group, then join that group. If there's links down below, go ahead and scan that to get into the sub 2 master group. There'll be deals and things of that nature. We get in there and get active. Same token, click those links, right? Click the links down below. I believe it's for, obviously, I believe it's for the Amp Live survey. And that's just touch base. See if you have any questions or anything of that nature. I'm going to go ahead and move this over here. I'm going to put this up here. And I'm going to go ahead. It says, so it's the Amp Live Real Estate Show. Got questions? Check the chat. You can click that. If you want to show your mug or not, you can just, we'll hear your voice or whatever. You want to ask some questions, go for it. I'm going to show a couple of screens, shots of some things that we're doing, deals that are happening. You want to be able to not just survive, right? Because people are surviving, people are thriving, people are rocking and rolling as well. But I always say, be truthful. At the end of the day, right? It's about 1 to 3% are rocking and rolling. The other 97% are going to be struggling, or they're going to get out of the business, or it's not going to be for them. They're not hyper focusing. Got too many plates spinning. I mean, we all do. We're all human beings. We're entrepreneurs. And if we're not, you're used to a square, locked in a job, then you have to get out of that square mentality or being in to be able to move in to the entrepreneurism. And just to let you know, that's full disclosure, right? There's a lot more hours, a lot more work, there's a lot more thinking process, a lot more in the brain that goes on than just going to your job. If you're new and you're seasoned, or if you're new at a job, then yeah, your brain is going, you're focused on that so you can keep your gig. But as you start doing it, it's become second nature, and then you want to move up the corporate ladder. There's certain things you have to do, right? Until you get frustrated and say, oh, man, I want to do something else. What is it, right? And usually it's real estate or it's the internet marketing. Internet marketing is one of those things too, right? 1 to 3% will rock and roll. 97% will not make it. Just is what it is, unless you're really going to hunker down, get yourself a mentor or coach and study. And yeah, spend money and fail forward. I found out the fastest way, yes, no matter what, the pain is going to be there in the beginning because you got to make sure it's going to be for you. You want to make sure that this is going to work for you, right? Is it something that you're willing to pay the price for at the end of the day? Oh, and then eventually, as you get things going, you start building up your stuff and your websites and your marketing and learning the art of the deal and talking to sellers and building an organization. And eventually, hey, if things are rock and rolling, awesome. If they're not, you're still kind of hitting and missing shiny objects. Do I do this? Do I do that? Do I do this? Do I do that? A lot of people like to do the cart before the horse, even though I shouldn't say that, because it is the way I started. I studied, made sure that it was real first. And then I went ahead and said, okay, built out the websites, test. What verbiage do I want? What technology do I want to use based on my game plan, based on what I want to do and what I want my business to be perceived as well as the branding, right? Because I love branding too. So not everybody's into branding. Not everybody's into systems and processes. Some people just want to get in and slam, bam, thank you, ma'am. It's okay. You can try that. Obviously, if you want to learn how to swim, you jump in the water, right? No problem. But what is it just swimming? No, right? If you just want to learn to swim, easy peasy, jump in, and eventually you're going to learn how to swim or drown, right? But there's a lot more to it, right? Then if there's other things you want to do, right? Is it diving? Is it, I don't know, swimming, across fucking miles and miles or whatever, but that's just like an analogy of some sort. There's always more to it in this business. Real estate is intimidating to a lot. It was intimidating to me at the end of the day. First getting in, going, am I smart enough? Can I do it? What about, all the contracts, the agreements, right? Especially if you get a real estate license and brokerage and the lending and all that good stuff. How does that all work? Doing the numbers. Hey, I suck at math, right? That's what a calculator's for, right? That's what your toes are for and your fingers, right? And then some people say, well, get some other people to help you with that. But if you don't know what that should be, then how are you going to hire somebody to do that for you? So you have to get in and learn those elements, learn those pieces, and then move down the road as you go, and then start building out when okay, hey, I'm good at that. I like this. I suck at that. And if you suck at that, get somebody who's better at that than you. For me, I love the negotiating. I love the processes. I love the branding, right? I love the art of the deal. I love working with sellers, working with mentees, working with people, things of that nature, right? I'm a visionary type. So I look at the big picture and going, hey, this is what we need to do or where we want to go. And then you got to plug in the pieces of the puzzle, right? So I can see the whole puzzle right here in my head. Sometimes it's, unless you meet someone of like minds and they're like, shit, what are you talking about? And you just blow them away, or they're like, man, that's just too much shit. And, like when we do subject to, right? There's people going, hey, I just want to buy it cash. I want to buy it cash and hard money and fix and flip, or buy and hold. Cool. Awesome. And I'm thinking, well, shit, why not go sub two? Why not leverage the thing, right? The seller wants this, and this. And if you want to give them the whole enchilada and get it done, cool, right? And move on to the next one. But until you run out of money, or until you run out of your lending ability of some sort, right? Or borrowing ability to be able to do that. So leverage is creative real estate investing, subject to existing financing, options, rent to own, right? Lease options, doesn't matter. In the commercial business, it's done all the time, right? But on big, huge deals, right? Maybe 40, 50 million, 100, $200 million, whatever it is, new construction, all that good stuff, right? It's being done. So in as simple as essence, we're doing the same thing with single family properties. Can you do it on, duplexes and triplexes and quads, right? 19 units, 50 units, 150 units, you sure can. Can it be the 5, 10, $40 million deals? Sure, because there are people who want that. Perfect example is somebody had $40 million. It was probably worth $50, $60 million, apartment buildings. And the guy just wanted, old guy, 80 years old, just wanted what, $6-7 million bucks. And the note was maybe had about 7-8 years on it. Interest rate wasn't too bad. But is that something that we can go in and go, hey, can we raise the funds, give him the money? And the property wasn't stabilized. The loan was kind of jacked up. So he wasn't making any money, right? He was actually going negative. But if we're able to get that, it's only 83% occupancy. We get it close to 97, 98 occupancy with some value adds and things of that nature. Then obviously we'll be able to cash flow, right? And then pay him off over a period of time. Yes, we'd have to give him some money, but we done stabilized the $50-60 million property, right? By coming in subject to existing financing. And it doesn't matter where the loan comes from. If you're working with hard money, you work with them, or just do what we're I won't get into what exactly we would do, but that's not the scope of this meeting. It's just about, hey, if you're surviving, you're going through and you're talking to people, right? Oh, let me wrap up that story. ADHD, right? So I'll wrap up that story, say that, but there's a way to do it, right? And we work with him to raise the capital. And then once we stabilize it, get it up 4, 5, 6 years, if we need to refi, we can refi, cash everybody out and go that route. Can that be done on a smaller property as well? Of course it can. It can be done on a single family property, right? It could be done on a property it has value add. Maybe you're looking at it, go, hey, it's $1 million. And then you go, they want 9, 8, 850. Oh, how are we going to, we're going to have to fix it up and do a value add. If we don't do a value add, then it's going to be hard to make money. It's more like a buy and hold, right? If we actually do a value add and add square footage and add an ADU and all that, whatever the city is going to permit us to do, then now we're looking at, hey, 1.5, 1.6, $1.7 million property, right? That makes sense. It's a longer jam, takes a little bit longer, but it's the same principle. Can we get in with terms? And if we can't get in with terms, then yeah, we got to use hard money, private money, right? Got to be able to make the payments, got to be able to stabilize the property for whatever it is, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months to get that done. And then go ahead and sell it off and do what we need to do, or keep it and then get it stabilized and cash flow it depending on what it is. Sober living, assisted living. I know everybody's doing Airbnbs, but as you can see, right, Airbnb, I just, I like Vegas, but it's always been a transient type of state, right? People come, they go, as they say, right, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Well, there's a reason for that, right? So that's why people come and go, come and go, come and go, come and go, come and go. And the real estate's kind of wonky. It's kind of hard to predict, right? It's kind of like the ripple effect, man. You just throw a pebble in there. Every time you throw a ripple, there's more ripples in the shit. It's like, fuck, what's going on? Right? Was that Spirit Hands, right? How do we figure the game out? So unless you're there and you live there and you got your pulse on that real estate and you're looking for those awesome golden juicy deals, right, that can cash flow because you got them so damn cheap and doesn't matter. I always say this, like my mentor used to tell me, right? You make your money when you buy it, not when you sell it. You buy it right, no matter what, you're going to make money on it. If you have to unload it, you're going to make money on it if you decide to fix and flip it. You're going to make more money if you decide to keep it, right? So same thing in Vegas, right? And I guess you can't do the short term, right? Renting, Airbnb, and all that good stuff, which is kind of fucked up, makes no sense. It is what it is. They want to keep those hotels rocking and rolling. They make the laws and all that other good stuff. But look what happens, right? Are they going to shut down sober living somewhere? Maybe, maybe not, but probably not because it's a government program. Assisted living? No. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, right? What are they doing in California? Letting you put units in your backyard, right? It used to be the mother-in-law, and it took forever to get permits to make something like that happen. Now they're like, sure, no problem, right? If you got enough square footage and the lot is there, you can put an ADU, you can put shit in your garage, you can put stuff in the backyard, you can do whatever you want on the inside because they're not making that land anymore. It's so populated, right? But there's opportunity there, as long as you follow that. But some just want the get in, get out. That's me. Cosmetic, get in, get out, get in, get out, get in, get out, fast and quick, and cherry pick the good ones and keep them in a portfolio is what needs to be done. Okay, so getting back to basics, survive, thrive, and rock and roll. How do you do that in this type of market? And also going after what? Distressed properties. The key is distressed properties, right? Probably going, well, how many? What are the statistics? Statistics are just that. They're numbers, and some are padded, some are real, and some are, hey, you still got to break these numbers down from different pieces to figure out what's going to work, right? How many distressed properties are there? How many do the banks have? You don't know. How many are throughout the United States? If you want to pull all the data, well, you go to the source, right? Where everybody gets their data. You check. You can do that. Or you just go, you know what? Hey, look at the system. Look at what's going on. Look at what's going on in the economic system, right? And going, okay, well, what's happening here? Things are going back and forth. And interest rates, people are still complaining about 5 or 6%. But look at that, man. Look at 1970s. They were pretty high. 1980s, they went crazy. 18, 14, 19%. And then the 90s kind of went down a little lower. They're still historically low, right, compared to the past. But that makes sense too, right? Because it all kind of stabilizes based on the prices of the homes right now. Also, a shack in LA wasn't $1 million, right? Back in the 1970s. So it's all relevant, right? So they're just kind of fudging numbers and moving numbers and adding zeros and inflation and all this bullshit. I get it. But for us, the easiest thing to do and the easiest thing for you to do is just go after deals, go after distressed situations, go after probates, go after pre-foreclosures, go after NODs, go after properties that need a lot of repairs and need fixing up, and they don't have the money to fix it up, or, and they don't want to list it with an agent, but eventually they're going to have to, or they're going to have to do something if they have to unload that property. And some will keep it and keep it and keep it. And then eventually, hey, woulda, coulda, shoulda. I should have sold it. I should have did this. I should have did that. But that's the great thing about now, where I said there's only one thing that has changed over time in the last couple of decades, and that's technology, right? Technology is always evolving and changing, and then, adapting to the laws that get put into place. Even the wholesaling thing, right? When I got started, it wasn't called wholesaling. It's called wholesaling now. It's just called creative real estate investing, and everything flies underneath that umbrella. So the bottom line is just that, right? Is wholesaling going to go away? Well, no. There's always going to be something there. Is subject to going to go away? Seller financing going to go away? They tried to out seller financing several years ago, right? They try to do the same thing with short sales and say, hey, you can't negotiate your own short sales. You used to be able to. But then the law came in, and and people wrote up laws, and that's the thing. So here's the thing here, and so don't worry about it. As long as there's contract law or rule of law, right? There's always going to be a gray area around that box. That's what attorneys do. That's why we have the rule of law. That's why we have law and contract law and things of that nature. Like I said, I'm not an attorney, but I did read something from some attorney. As a post or something like that. Cool post. I get it. And everything that was in it made sense. And it's true, because I did my homework a long time ago, and attorneys did their homework and blah, blah, blah. Everybody, you want to do your homework, right? And it was in regards to subject to existing financing. Subject to, right? Is it guaranteed? Of course it's not. Nothing's guaranteed, right? And that's all bullshit at the end of the day. So that topic was a little bit whatever. It's cool. I was going to post to some of this, and that's not worth it. But the bottom line is that it's true. Is it guaranteed? No, nothing's guaranteed. That's why it's called the art of the deal, right? You have to make sure that you're working with the seller, and the seller's on board and understands everything. The banks are on board and they understand everything. Investors are on board and they understand everything. Everybody understands everything, including yourself or who you're working with. That's a lot, right? Then you move forward and you rock. And you do what you need to do, but you want to have what? Safety measures in between there, and layers of safety. And CYA, cover your arse. That's what it's all about, right? And if you do it right, then great. If you don't want to, then sure, go. Can a bank call a loan due anytime? No, right? They to a degree, they're investors. It makes no sense. Use common knowledge, common sense that they're in the business of taking money. They want their money. They're not going to. What the fuck they want to call a loan due for, right? And that stops the payments. It stops the income coming in. It stops the investors from investing in that bank or institution, right? Now, if they have to, then it's only because there's regulations of some sort, because someone called and said, oh, I sold my house, or because title changed and they saw it as a red flag and insurance and all this shit. Okay, we got to, because that's the rule of law. It's contract law. It's whatever their policies and procedures are for their company, right? Some are going to say, fuck it. Some are going to say, cool. Some are going to say, hey, we got to do it. Hey, that number came up along with the, 500 or 1,000 other loans. It's just the way it goes. So you want to protect yourself. You want to do what you need to do correctly when you're doing that. But subject to is a great thing if you do it correctly. And the basis of that was, do you put the properties into a trust for legal and tax purposes? That's what it's for, right? You're putting into a trust for legal and tax purposes to be able to manage the property for the person as a trustee, and then the people are the beneficiaries and all that good stuff, right? You don't have to, or you can just take the damn deed. That's what people do sometimes. They did it last cycle, and I said, we're not going to do that, because it's just not ethical. Just take the deed and call it that. Plus, it's super risky. Now, if it's just you, it's totally, hey, you're going to run your business the way you want to run it. That's totally up to you. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't recommend it, right? Put the property in a trust for legal and tax purposes. Put all your CYA letters and disclosures together, right? Draft it all up and cover each piece to protect yourself, your investors, and the seller at the end of the day. Make sure the seller is on board and they understand what's happening. Make sure the investor's on board and they understand what's happening, because even investors can default. Shit can happen. Sellers can complain and bitch, right? You're putting the transaction together and selling it off, or you're doing the transaction yourself, right? Then that's different. You're still going to bring investors in, or you're going to borrow the money to make it happen, or whatever, private money, hard money. You won't do any hard money on it, because obviously that's defeating the purpose of subject to existing financing. But it's a tool, right? Just like, hey, we like to look at it this way. Offer 1, offer 2, offer 3, highest and best offer is cash. And I see it all the time. Yes, stuff's happening. LOIs are dropping. People are thinking LOIs are offers and they're not. It's just letter of intent. That's where the commercial world comes in. Letter of intent. Hey, this is what we're looking at. If we're good to go, let's go to the negotiation table and figure out what's going to work best for you. And then we'll go ahead and work a deal. But it's a great way to open up the door. It's a great way to just send tons of them. So you don't got to fill out contracts and all kinds of shit and send out 500 offers. Probably a lot easier just to send out what? Offers, right? Letter of intent, letter of intent, letter of intent, letter of intent. See who pops. Same thing like text marketing. Blast the shit out of it and see who raises their hand and said, yes, I'm interested. Buy my house, or what's the offer, or can you come and see my property, and move forward, right? So there's always processes, and that's the beauty about technology now, is that there's so many ways of doing those things, but you got to still, remember, technology still fucks up. Excuse my French, right? You know how many times this shit fucks up? The phone, email, text, all that good stuff. It is what it is. But the one thing that very, very, very fucks up, right, is you, me. The art of the deal, negotiating the art of the deal and lining out a process that works. If you follow the recipe enough times, it'll come out the same over and over and over and over. Of course, yeah, based on what? Your emotions, based on whether you're having a good day or a bad day, based on the seller, based on the investors, based on the weather, based on who knows, right? Whatever it is, based on what's ever in the kitchen at that time. But if you're hyper-focused and run it the way you need to, almost like a business, like almost running like a business, but you're running every deal like a business and thinking hyper-focus is what I got to do. I got to touch them 7 times, right? Boom, boom, boom. I got to set the appointment. I got to walk the house. I got to do the art of walking the house. I got to get my pictures, my video. I'm going to sit down and negotiate, right? We're going to drop those seeds into the back door so they're selling us. We're going to have them repeat that stuff to us 2 or 3 times back, right? We're going to give them 95% of what they want. So there's a process to it. You can either learn it or don't. It's okay. AI is not, unless you can put a chip in your brain down the road, right? And figure that all out, or, have AI take care of all that good stuff, not kicking it, not knocking it, right? But the bottom line is that you are the magic. You have to learn these things so you can get in, negotiate the best freaking deals, belly to belly or on the phone when you're talking to the sellers. Quality over quantity. The quantity is going to be your systems, your technology, your English voice message, right? Your letters, your offers, your LOIs, all those things can happen automatically with automation nowadays, right? So you can eliminate VAs and eliminate people, and you can have a tighter, right? A tighter machine, but eventually you still need people, right? I don't care what big operation you go to, wholesale operations, even if it's 4 or 5 or 2 or 3 people, or even more, right? They're doing a few things if they're pushing volume. Right? They got the Wolf of Wall Street thing going on, right? They got the boiler room. Boom, call. Let's get offers. Boom, boom, boom. Look at properties, pushing shit out, right? And if they're selling a course or a program or whatever, then there's a bunch of people doing that as well, inside as well as outside. VAs in Mexico and Romania and Vietnam. I'm all pointing in these directions like I know where the hell those countries are, and I don't, because I come from the Fakawi tribe, right? Have you ever heard of the Fakawi tribe? If not, look it up. It's pretty awesome. And the pun to that is just that, right? The Fakawi tribe is what it means. So, for example, driving, I can still have this GPS system on and still get lost, right? And they're going like, where the fuck are we? Where the fuck are we? Where the fuck are we? It's a horrible joke, I know. But when people ask if I'm Indian and what tribe I'm from, right? Are you Cherokee? Are you this or that? I said, no, I'm from the Fakawi tribe. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's interesting. Right? So you tell them what the fuck it is. And then they chuckle and laugh. Anyways, what do we got? Okay, how many minutes do we got? We got 24. I'm going to pop it down to 30. And we'll go, okay, rock and roll. So I'm going to share something with you. Let me see if I can add a source. No, maybe add a source. Property. Invite guests. Screen share. Let's go here. So here's a couple of things if you're having a hard time with the CRM, right? So there's one. I'm going to share it with you. It's just a tool. If you want to use it, use it. It's not like we're an affiliate and we get paid for sharing this or anything, right? But you can check it out. Let me go back here. I'll go to the next one. Okay. Now, if you want to use that, totally up to you. Like I said, but it's a way to text blast a bunch of people without having to set up your CRM. Then you got to get the A2P and all that good stuff approved and go through different resources just to be able to get approved to be able to blast out your text. You can use this system. There's another one called let me see, where's the other one? Right here. Share this tab. This is a classic oldie but goodie, and it works. This is used for political campaigns, and it delivers. We bought properties this way using this platform until CRM started bringing in text and ringless voice message and direct mail and all that good stuff, and inbound leads through the websites and everything, which you can use. There's several CRMs that have that. So now with that rule, the A2P policy or whatever it's called for text, you have to have it. It's kind of like email, right? They got to opt in, right? If they don't opt in, then you can't send them text messages, right? So that kind of locks up your CRM to a degree. But here's some stovetop remedies that you can use. I believe those two right there. There is one, I think it's called Slide Broadcast as well for your ringless voice message. You can check that out right there. And that's cost effective. It's cheap, doesn't cost you very much. But I believe the guys and gals who build systems on Podio use Slide Broadcast. Not sure if they're still using them or not, but you can have that ringless voice message go to them, blast them out. They're going to get a message on their cell phone. Their phone will not ring, but they'll go, "Hey, I got a voice message. Hey, who's that? Hey, this is Erick from AHA, Americans Helping Americans. How you doing? Just wondering." Blah, 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 get into your spill, right? And they're going to get that message. Then we got what do we got? Share this tab with you. Obviously, this is ours. So if you want to become a VIP buyer or you're looking for private money, definitely go to this link here. I'll go ahead and put that link inside the chat. Let me go back to it. Where's the chatteroni? Boom. As well as you can sign up, text, whatever is good to go. You can also view current inventory, right? You can view current inventory of off-market deals by going to AmericasHelpingAmericans.net or just jumping onto this app, and stay tuned. Just join. So when new deals come down the wire, right, you'll get access to them. At the same token, you can become what's called a friendship deal investor. All right. So you can become a first trusted investor, a second trusted investor. You can invest in some of the deals that are coming down the wire with other investors and things of that nature for sub-2 buyouts. I'm not going to get into what those are, but they're awesome and they're juicy, and we're hyper focused on subject to buyouts or sub-2 buyouts throughout the United States of America, as well as our own backyard here in beautiful Southern California. A lot of people are afraid to invest in California. We are not. So, hey, at least you know you'll be in good hands when you're working with us, if that's what you wanted to do. We call them friendship deals. You write a check. We do the work. We get a check back to you, rinse and repeat 2 to 3 times a year. And then eventually, if you want to get part of the splits and the equity and things of that nature, we got to do at least 2 to 3 deals first. After that, then we start talking about equity splits, talk about longer type investments on the Airbnbs, assisted living, sober living, co-living, all that multifamily, commercial, all that other stuff. But first, we want to make friends and make sure, hey, your whole goal, or want to make sure that you're going to be able to write a check and that we're able to get a check back to you. Excuse me, a check back to you. Okay, that's how it works. I'm going to go ahead and let me see a friendship deal. So you can click that there. Also, a nice little juicy video of what the Amp Live American Mentee program is. And Amp Live Media, this is powered by Amp Live Media. It is a broadcasting media and a production company where this is what powers AHA, Americans Helping Americans, VIP execs, realty and lending, and all that other good stuff are part of the process of what we're doing here together across the United States of America, as well as our own backyard here in Southern California. I'll go ahead and pull this up real quick. What do we got here? I'm going to leave that tab there. Where'd it go? Okay, cool. There it is. Let me go back up to become a friendship deal investor. If you do that, go ahead and click that. I believe become a first trusted investor. It's going to be this one here. Very simple process. Refresh. There it is. Easy peasy. It's not going to ask for a lot of information. It's very simple. Set up an appointment, see if we're a good fit, share any deals we have, get on our VIP buyers list. I know that's an old term, but it's true, right? We call it the A list. We love to work with you on properties, or if you have properties, definitely send them over. We're not big on a lot of JVing, or, I've been seeing a lot of dispo companies coming out saying, hey, we're dispo, JV, daisy chain. We don't do that. 99% of the deals we're either working with mentees that are exclusively papered up with us, or we've been vetted and we're working with real investors and vice versa. We're buying properties from others at the end of the day and working out deals, and that's the whole goal, right? So relationships. I heard watching somebody, I forgot the guy's name, but he's pushing it. He's rocking and rolling wholesale deals and things of that nature, building out a big business and everything. But it is relationships, right? And the only way to get those relationships is you got to break bread, right? So many people kind of like, hey, if you want to get on the phone, cool. It's all right. I'm not going to chase you. But at the end of the day, we'll be here because it's part of the sales process, right? You're going to fucking hear from me. You're going to hear from me until I don't hear from you. I don't care. Block it, do this, do that. But the bottom line, or someone else in the organization is going to be working towards doing some business or not, right? Until you say no. But at the end of the day, we're not going anywhere, whether it's doing a deal or coming aboard, working as a mentee or coaching or a program or a deal, or you got deals, right? But we have to break bread first to see if we're a good fit. The relationships, right? So if you're like an agent or a broker and we're saying, hey, we'll definitely want to work with you. If you're willing to bring good, decent deals to the table, or deals that are that make sense to us, and you do that, then great. At the same token, we're willing to bring deals to you. If you're hunting and looking for deals, then we'll go ahead and turn on the machine and go, okay, what do you need over here? I need some deals in San Bernardino. I need deals in Montana. I need deals maybe in Ohio or Texas, right? So then we can go ahead and do what needs to be done, because that's what we're good at. At the same token, we're good at locking the deals, finding the deals, working the deals, and then, hey, right? Maybe in the future, we'd rather have dispo in-house or work with people that's in our organization dispo than outsourcing it to somebody else, because you don't know how they're going to do business. It's like always got to do the dance on the first deal. Are they going to perform? Is it going to work out? Is it not going to work out, right? Or do we have the same policies and procedures to a degree, which I guarantee nobody does, right? To a degree. But is it going to flow? Is it going to roll? Is it going to rock, right? Or is it going to be a pain in the ass? And I get it. You got to go for it. Not everybody wants to go for it. I get it, because it takes time. And if it doesn't go right, and some people are babysitting deals, that's what's going to, then what are you going to do? If it doesn't pop, oh shit, I got to get back on the horse. I got to fire up the engine all over again. I got to get back into the game. Woo, I'm tired. All right. That's like playing football, right? If you're in and you're in and you're in and you're in and you're in, then you fucking, hey, no touchdown, right? And you got to go back on the bench and hopefully charge up. But then you're like, oh, back in. They need you. Get back in, right? You're going to get burned out. You're going to, it is what it is. And it can happen. So, you just got to be with like-minded people. You got to be with people that are fired up and have motivation to keep you fired up when you're having a bad day or a shitty day. And remember, nobody can give you a shitty day, or you can't have a bad day unless you allow that bad day to happen, right? And that's just from people. It's outside resources or outside sources at the end of the day, or just the vibrations that are happening within the universe and things of that nature. But enough of that. I'm not going to get into that. So anyways, let's go back over here. We do have something here. I'm going to go ahead and put that right there. We're going to go ahead and get something pop it up on a Thursday. That's going to be deals, how to earn 8 to 10 times more than what the banks are paying in a safe, secure, and hassle-free way. Obviously, that's another way to thrive and to rock, is to find those deals. When you have those deals, I always say you got a bag of gold, and the goal is to turn it into a bag of mean green. So we're getting close to probably past 30 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. So you want to have those things. You want to have deals. You want to have a pipeline. Yes, you should have marketing, because when the marketing dries up, or when the the MLS stuff dries up, or whatever relationships happen, you always got to keep feeding them, because people die, people get divorces, people run out of money, shit happens, businesses go out of business, the markets shift and change, just like the river does, oceans and things of that nature, right? So you have to always be moving. But I will say, like I said, the art of the deal and you rocking and rolling is the number one asset to make it through. So you don't just survive, but you thrive, but you rock and roll to the next cycle, right? At the end of the day, technology will help you, but you have to be able to want to do technology. You got to invest in technology, just like anything else. Like you should be investing in yourself. But technology can break down. It can be fixed, but at the same token, you got to repair it and all that good stuff, right? It can happen. or it can just definitely change, or it can get shut down, or it can get regulated. And then you have to figure something else out, right? Because if you got, it's okay. You know, some people say, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Put all your eggs in one basket for you, and you invest in you at the end of the day. It's the best investment at the end of the day. All the other stuff, right? And I will say 80%, and then the 20% is tech. So you got a full 100%. But when the tech, or for whatever reason, has to adapt and adjust, right? You can move up your skill set. Break out the elbow grease, go knock on some doors, go drive some dollars, get on the phone, go talk to some sellers, do other things to get deals, right? Or whatever needs to happen if something breaks down on tech, right? But tech is just a tool. It'll help you, but it's not going to close deals for you. It'll bring the deals. And like I always say, you got to have deals. If you don't have deals or leads in the pipeline, then you're dead in the water. But you also got to be able to vet the deals that come through the pipeline. If you're going with the free elbow grease, or you're doing like Facebook, pay-per-click, not everyone's a juicy lead, right? They have to be nurtured over time. You got to let them run through the system. You got to let them until they raise their hand. Here's the easiest way. When a seller raises their hand and says, I want to sell, then that's your job as a great white shark to bite in, let those eyes roll in the back of your head, lock in, and don't let go. That's your deal. And you keep moving forward, right? All the other ones that are not sure this and that, that's what technology is there for, to do, to nurture the lead until they raise their hand. Once they raise their hand, it's game on, and become the expert at negotiating, locking up the deals, and making those things happen with sellers, right? Integrity, loyalty, and communication. Communication can break down and be repaired because we got families, but the other two cannot. And that just goes with everything inside, even in your business, right? So, is what it is. So I'm going to wrap that up. We got that coming down the wire, I believe is Saturday too. We got to fill up your pipeline with creative real estate investing leads. For the creative, it don't matter. It could be for sale by owner. It could be wholesale. It could be creative real estate investing. I always like to just let it come down into the funnel, let it pop out one of those spigots and go, hey, is it wholesale? Is it a sub-2 deal? Is it a seller finance deal, right? Or maybe it's an option. Maybe it's a rent to own, right? What can we figure out how to help the reason the seller wants to sell? There's got to be a reason. And if we can't follow maybe they need a loan. Maybe they need to list it, right? When you're working with us, we're gonna run you through the funnel. And if you're not, that's okay. We'll be able to work with sellers or vice versa. If you got a deal you can't push or sell or whatever, there's going to be a reason for it, right? And maneuver. But there's so many different ways. I'm hearing from so many different people, right? And there's a lot of spinning plates going on and a lot of shiny objects, and people are doing all kinds of shit. But it's not funny. It's not to be right, but the writing's on the wall. Kind of know where that's going to go and how far it's going to go for certain people and certain where they're going in their journey. And I get it. Everybody's got to, move forward their own pace and do their own thing through their own journey. But I say, fuck that. When you can get with somebody who's already done it or know what's coming up and avoid that pitfall, avoid the bullshit and go around it or knock it down or go over it, whatever. What's the best thing for you and for us and for everybody at the end of the day? And that's having a mentor, an actual true mentor. A coach will coach you so far, but a mentor is going to work with you, right? A mentor is going to get in the cage. You're going to get into the ring and fight with you, right? They're going to make sure that we have each other's backs. At the same token, whatever the mentors learned, you won't have to spend 5, 10, 15 years learning that because they've already done it. That was beautiful when I did my thing with my mentors and said, man, this is awesome, right? It's a beautiful, lovely thing, and having one is priceless. We are maneuvering and taking less with the one-on-one, moving towards the coaching program one-to-many instead of one-to-one. Only the select ones that we work with, that we decide to work with, will be entered into the program, the one-on-one mentoring program, Amp Live. The others will, go towards the coaching. If you want to get into it, awesome. You want some awesome information. At the same token, actionable things that work in the business that are battle tested, that will work for you. AHA University, which will be launched probably the end of March or May. I believe the second quarter. We're kind of trying to get it completed for the first quarter, but it's probably going to dip into the second quarter. All right. So we just want to make sure that it's correct. It's right. The way I want it to be done and the way we want it to be done, to make sure that we're delivering something that's going to help you and others. But at the same time, we're pivoting towards working with a smaller one-on-one group and then moving into what's happening now, which is in the market. And that's real estate, creative real estate, distressed real estate, single family, multifamily, and raising capital, right? So deals, 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 recruit, 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 deals, 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 recruit, recruit, recruit is the order of the day for us. For what it is for you, I don't know, but that's what I would say. That's what I would suggest to you, is to do the same. Deals, 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 and recruit, recruit, recruit. Keep filling people in, because people, it's like a brokerage. People are going to come in, go out, come in, go out, come in, go out, just like a company where they hire and fire, hire, fire, hire, fire, hire, quit, 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 quit. It happens all day long. It's been happening forever, right? But it's better if you have your own apparatus to a degree, or working with like-minded people and get together and build something together, okay? That's what we're here to do, here to help you, either help you build your business, or we'll tell you, we're kind of pivoting more towards AHA, Americans Help Americans, and AMP Live. So we're looking for good people. You want to make some calls. You want to learn the business. You want to come in and sell. We have positions open for you, right? Whether it's lending, whether it's real estate agency type stuff, whether it's the private sector where I live, right? And that's acquisitions and dispo and lead gen and marketing, the round robin, all that good stuff, right? Then we want to work with you. So I'm going to go ahead and put the mug back up in here. What do we got? Put that back there. I think we got 40 minutes. Okay, we're going to go ahead and if you have any questions, feel free to ask on the chat. If not, that's cool. We'll go here. Let me go ahead and shut that down. Just put the mug back up. Boom, there it is. So I'm kind of cash today, but I'm going to have to suit up because it is Tuesday. So I have to go out into the field a little bit and put on the suit, because that's what I like to do. That's my little, I guess, superhero outfit at the end of the day. It works for me. I definitely enjoy it. Sure, I love to get in sweats and T-shirts and, flip-flops as well, and shorts every once in a while with my skinny, bony legs, and, enjoy the day too. But when we're going out, got to dress, appropriately. Dress to impress. Perception is reality at the end of the day, right? That's why branding works. Branding, branding, branding. Edification, credibility. All those things are the process of creative real estate investing. You got a lot of people, their hair all boinged out and shit, right? And dirty ass shirts and crazy stuff, right? So, and that all that. No, I'm just saying, not for me, just from other people. When they're like, hey, going to say, hey, I'm looking for people, you'd be surprised. Some people I talk to, right? And they're going, yeah, I've been trying to hire some people and this and that. We're doing Zooms and shit. And they're like, man, at least suit up to impress. Look like they just popped out of bed and shit, right? So those things are what they are. For us, we got old school dialed in with new school, because when the new school rocks and rocks and it keeps on rocking, guess what? Nobody wants to do the old school, so that turns into a niche all over again, a brand new niche. So then you go and exploit that old school with new school and exploit it and make some money. So that's what we're doing. So Saturdays, if you're into it and you're in Southern California, or you just want to watch while we go out into the field, and yes, we're going to hit properties and we're going to door knock and we're going to talk to neighborhoods and we're going to get our signs out there and do our stuff, both from the private and the public sector, and you want to be part of that, come on down. We either meet at the office, or we're going to meet at a coffee shop, or maybe I think I got a place where I want to meet in Chino Hills, nice little restaurant. I believe we can meet there just as long as everybody wants to chow, but I don't think you're going to want to go out, chow, and then go out and be all full and shit, right? So maybe we'll have some coffee, get out, rock and roll, come on back, a little Q&A. Then if you want to chow down, go for it. If not, that's okay. Or maybe we just hit another place, or maybe it's just a simple coffee shop. We meet, we go out, we attack the area, dominate the area. Doesn't matter whether it's here in Southern California, or if you want help in, say, the young man we're going to be working with in Tennessee. Maybe it's Ohio. Maybe it's Texas. It doesn't matter, right? But we can get that shit rocking and rolling. I'm game for that, right? Some more human interactiveness besides this stuff here. And then we'll go from there. But that's just something we're going to be doing every Saturday. I'm not sure how long. I believe for all of March. I know I like to say March Madness, and I'm not talking about sports, right? I'm talking about March Madness for real estate. March is an awesome month to go out and find deals, work deals, rock deals in any way that you possibly can, and then just go for it, right? So I like to say March Madness is rock and rollness day, rock and rollness month. Get out there and rock. So we're going to be coming out here with a lot of this stuff. At the same token, you want to join, cool. If not, it's okay. You got deals you want to sling and got deals you want to rock, reach out, or vice versa. If you're looking for deals, definitely reach out. Hit us up. We'll get together here, do a soft commitment of some sort. If you got the funds, we got the deals, or we'll get the deals and bring the deals, or we can meet in Southern California. All right. Without further ado, rock and roll and all that you do. If you don't have any questions, and with I guess I'm going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. We got anything here? Let me see what we got. Boom, boom. Okay, nothing. Okay, cool. All right, we'll go ahead and go there. What is that? Join the Sub 2 Facebook group. All right, follow us on Facebook. You go to AMP VIP EP. If you also want to become a first trusted investor, you can text or call. Oops, let me go back here. Oops, sorry. There it is. One more. I'm going to go ahead and share something with you. Share this tab. It's AmericансHelpingAmericans.net. You can go there, find and deal with off-market, on-market properties. Doesn't matter. But I'm going to go ahead and share that with you real quick. Let me see. 45 minutes. We're going to wrap this up real quick. Scroll is the Reader's Digest version. We'll go through it real quick. It's a big website. It's still being up and built out over time. Remember, the internet market is always moving. It's just like a river, always updating, always changing. Same thing here. No different. You can call the national 800 number, 888-619-5577. If you got any questions there, reach out. You can also become a VIP buyer. I'm going to go back up here. Thank you for watching the Amp Live Real Estate Show. Like I said, reach it. You can rewind it, go back and forth, scan that QR code right there, jump in the Sub 2 Facebook group. It's free. It doesn't cost you a dime. The Creative Real Estate Investment Group as well. Instagram, all those other social media platforms we belong to as well. I'm going to go ahead and let me see what we got here. Sub 2. Here we go. Sub 2 training. If you want to jump on some Sub 2 training, go for it. You can scan that QR code right there. And we can get you in and also send it, or you're part of the podcast and all that good stuff, right? I'd be able to, and let's see what else we got. I think that's it, right? As far as one-on-one mentoring, you can scan that. If you're interested, great. Like I said, it's a selection process until AHA University comes out. Then it's just going to, then you can, hey, tap into the videos and all that other good stuff and jump aboard. We'd love to have you. All right. So this is what I always believe. Amplify the art of the deal, okay? Take your real estate to new heights. Amplify your life. Amp Live is the American Mentee Program. AHA, Americans Helping Americans, one American at a time, one property at a time, one family at a time, doing our back on track together with you and others across the United States of America. So that is our cause and mission, is to help our fellow Americans, not just with real estate and their real estate issues, but also people want to get into real estate, whether it's in the private sector or the public sector. Thank you to our sponsors, Amp Live Media, VIP Execs Realty and Lending, AHA, Americans Helping Americans, Amp Live, the American Mentee Program. We'll talk to you. Oh, shit. Okay. We'll talk to you later. Go ahead and scan that QR code right there, and we'll go from there, right? All right. You have an awesome, wonderful day. We'll talk to you soon. Tomorrow's Wednesday for Wednesday Wellness. Thursday back in the field, Friday for Friday highlights, Saturday training, and we're actually going to be in the field. So if you want to join us, click that link. I believe it's should be down below. If not, just ask for it. It's a Zoom link. So that's going to be on a more private basis, where it's going to be a Zoom link, and we're going to be able to get out there, and we'll give you the location, depending on where the location is going to be once you sign up. And then we're going to hook you up with the tools that you're going to need to be able to go out there, talk to sellers, and our whole goal is to lock up some contracts that day. Okay. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.